Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night Live.
Hi guys.
Look, I'm married, but well, yeah.
There y'all, how's it going? Welcome to Thursday Night Live. We're Spirit Mechanics. I'm the Spirit Mechanics, and we're the Missing Elements. Tyree, where are we?
Oh my God. And C.
Welcome to the Shower Scene Quintet, where we'll show up for $100 an hour to sing 5 different songs in different tunes at the same time while you shower.
Yeah, not the same book though. God bless. So anyway, welcome to Thursday Night Live. Let's kind of bring some of this back. We have a wild Brian who has decided to come back to farm. Apparently,
I've been out to pasture for a bit.
Was it nice?
It wasn't.
Oh.
All I had was grass.
he'll be back around doing as we used to do, doing the thing. He took a little
Welcome
bit of
back, Bowie.
took a little bit of a hiatus, getting himself going again, getting some things worked out for you guys.
Yeah.
Because he's been working in the background on a lot of stuff for y'all too. And he can tell his own story here in a second. But here's Thursday Night Live. As we promised, it is a new month. We have new topics. It is another fun month. This month we're talking about all things spooky and bullshittery. So
Spoopy.
it is spoopy season, and we're going to be rolling with it. Tonight we're going to be talking about, popular and favorite horror movies, reasons why, fun stuff. Especially since we're wrapping up the year. There's the words.
Rapidly approaching.
We are rapidly approaching Scarefest.
We're rapidly approaching Scarefest. We're foaming at the mouth.
I mean, there are days.
True story.
October 18th through the 20th is going to be Scarefest weekend this year, and we're really looking forward to it. There's a lot of awesome stuff going on. There's going to be over, at least projected. That's the deal, is it's projected, but we're projected to have over 100 celebrities this year. They are doing full photo shoots with all of the Jasons, all of the Michael Myers,
As I'm wearing my Friday the 13th hoodie.
and all of the Leatherfaces that they can muster. So that one started coming about. There's going to be a Scream reunion. Matthew Lillard is actually coming this year. Clive Barker, the master himself, is actually going to be there. So, one of the horror greats as far as that's concerned. He's going to be there. We're going to be there.
I think Skeet's going to be there.
He is.
I think
course.
Ray's going to be there.
Well, yeah. They're going to have most of the, I think they're having all the leather faces.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Steve literally just said that. I will catch the fuck up at some point.
What I need from you.
Yeah, no. Break it.
I think the stealth line broke.
the internal pinball machine went tilt. So
I'm playing pong with myself in law.
Ding.
Jesus, but it's quite cute. But anyway, as someone simmers down on the corner there.
My eyeballs are starting to get bloodshot because I'm holding that particular.
So
I'm doing better. I'm learning about mindfulness.
It's Thursday night, y'all. How's it going?
Jesus Christ.
This is really water, I swear.
She's lying, I promise. God damn it. This is the roughest fucking launch for one of these we've had. It is your fault.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we've
long ago where I added vodka to my energy drink. That wasn't worse.
This was pretty
No.
goddamn bad. This was pretty goddamn bad. So,
Well, at least we're not having to do a really super serious topic.
true. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fun month, so all of these are probably going to have their feel of
This is an 18+ show, y'all.
it. Thank God for that.
Oh, it is? Okay.
That's
So
why I have it everywhere.
I mean,
on
we
the safe
do
side.
have a ticker that flat out says it's an 18+ show. So if you haven't put the kids to bed and you're having them watch this with you, we don't
Godspeed.
apologize. Decisions were made and they were probably poor. But gearing up for Scarefest, Jesus, gearing up for Scarefest. There's a lot of fun things to get involved with Scarefest. You can actually volunteer. They start taking volunteer applications literally the day after Scarefest. So if you'd like to be involved, you actually get into the show for free. You have to work so many hours and then you get the rest of the time to actually bullshit around and go enjoy the convention. It's actually a much cheaper way of getting in and getting able to do things.
it is work.
It is work. It is a lot of work. And you are put to work during that time because there's a lot going on.
It is the most well-oiled chaos that I've ever seen.
Actually, that is the best way to explain it because it is absolute fucking mayhem on the floor. And
Truly.
staffers are some of the only people that are able to make it run the way that it runs. So we do want to give a shout out. We've got a bunch of staffers that actually watch us on a regular basis. Thank you guys for always making the convention as smooth as it is, even though on the outside it doesn't look that way. We know that you guys are the ones that make it run. So
That's part of the reason why every year I make it a point to go to each of the staffers that we know. And are you doing all right? How are you doing? Is everything okay? You need anything from us?
we're also
All
the
weekend.
ones. Yep.
So, oh, my feet are hurting. Come on, we're fixing it.
Yep. We do the physical healing, the spiritual healing, the emotional counsel. We'll stow the stuff if we need to. We'll, give a place to rest if you need to get off your feet for a minute. That's what our booth is about, at least on our side of it. That's what our booth is about at Scarefest, is making sure that you guys are good so that the convention's good.
Because if y'all are good, then we're good. And we're going to have fun no matter what.
That's it. So, that being said, God love you. Y'all motherfuckers on Stars Row, I am already just Godspeed.
I'm not envious.
No, it's gonna be
100%.
it's gonna be a running gun for y'all this year.
Ciao, ciao.
Shout out to one Mr. Talby,
Hmm.
as well as the girls, because the girls, Missy and Mandy, usually run Stars,
Missy, Mandy, Maria.
and I think Brooke does from time to time.
I don't know if she's there this year or not. I know she was there last year. I do know she was there last year.
But since it is spooky season, it is Scarefest season and month. We're going to be kicking it off with talking about our favorite horror movies, classic horror movies. Some of the things that we thought were awesome, some of the things we thought were absolutely fucking hilarious because they were stupid. And
I think it's the fun part of horror movies in general.
it is. I mean, they're not supposed to be taken seriously. Anybody that takes a horror movie seriously really needs to kind of watch a little bit more comedy. But
Therapy.
oh my God.
You mean tattoos in horror movies aren't therapy?
No.
No. No. No.
Well, tattoos.
No. Well, tattoos to a degree, yeah. I guess.
I mean, we're going to get some endorphins out of that horror, but
Oh. But in the comments, feel free to chat along with us. Drop your favorite horror movies. We'll talk about them. We'll have us a big discussion. We're just here to hang out tonight. Tonight's supposed to be an easy night, so it's going to be. So, starting over here, what's your favorite horror movie? What's your favorite scary movie?
My favorite scary movie or my favorite horror movie?
Both. It's same.
I'm like deep. No, there's two different categories for me. Because like the stuff that's more like, you know, slasher is more on the horror side. But like I'm tired. Yeah. Probably a bad idea to start with me. It's probably gonna dumpster fire over here for a second while I collect myself. But
Land in the plane,
So,
straight into the river, land in the plane.
so we are.
Welcome, Spirit Airlines.
This dumpster fire. Now continue. I'm a little boy, yay.
Fuck.
you're ignorant. Sinister
Okay.
is actually my favorite.
So why?
Scary or horror?
Scary.
Okay.
Okay, this is a scary movie.
Yeah, my favorite scary movie. But I'm more of a scary person than I am like the slasher films.
She's spoopy.
I like spooky stuff.
Spoopy.
I like spooky stuff.
But
While she holds her 15,000 squishmallows at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Spoopy.
So
Spoopy.
spoopy. So,
but sinister, yeah.
so why?
I like the way that the story develops because it's actually scary, but it's also got just enough of a flair of things that are quote sort of maybe possible, not really, but kind of. That it's actually a decent story to be told, and I really enjoy the fact that it's spoilers. We should probably do a spoilers thing,
Well, yeah.
but
Spoiler alert! Avert your ears.
yeah,
If you haven't seen this movie by now, you kind of deserve to have.
yeah.
But you know, that's just me.
Yeah, agreed. But I also like the fact that the kid's the one that does it
Mm.
because it's such a twist from what's normal. You know, everyone expects it to be the adult, and then all of a sudden, poof, it's the kid, and it's like, oh fuck,
Goddamn.
and
Yeah.
it's like heinous shit. So it dabs into a little bit of the slasher steppy bits, but yeah, that was my favorite. At least at the current moment. That's always a go-to.
Mm.
It's like a rainy day watch when I'm feeling like I need to watch a scary movie.
Fair enough.
When I
Yeah.
feel stabby, I need to watch this movie.
That's a different movie.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, so what's that one?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
That's not,
Not a stabby movie.
that's not a happy movie. That's a, you know, that's a bromance road trip movie. Like what the
It
fuck?
really is.
Well, I mean,
Don't do that, Sam Candy. Don't you dare. Don't you Philistine.
At least you're not a Sadducee.
Fucking fair.
God,
Your favorite slasher is what I'm getting at. Your favorite stabby movie? Because you said they're two different fucking things, so now you ruined the premise of the show. So,
14 minutes into this dumpster fire.
thanks for keeping the minutes, man.
At 14 minutes.
no, spiraling into a hole.
At 14 minutes, this bitch still can't decide whether or not a slasher movie is actually scary or not. So,
Mm.
what I need. Nope. Slasher movie, come on. You wanted a different movie. What?
What? Which? No, wait.
Which Halloween?
The original one.
Okay, good. Good girl. Sorry.
So anyway, while Texas is broken, who's next?
Fuck me. Wow. Fuck. Wow. Jesus.
I think she needed to laugh.
I get it.
Yeah, the gun rolls out. The original one is my favorite.
What? What is it?
Because it doesn't talk. Because it doesn't talk.
So hi everybody in the comments. Thanks for sharing us out, Renee.
He's the man that keeps us back.
Miracle, Belinda.
His knife was every bit of 6 inches long. And he's proven to be able to choke a bitch properly.
16 minutes into
So that's the show for the night. Good night, everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for our show.
God, Brad.
Okay. Shh.
Raymond, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go 15 different ways for this because I've been watching horror films since I was, old enough to watch TV. See here, one that I've been watching a lot of recently has been actually the original Psycho.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
really good. I didn't think about that.
That one's, it's just so much fun because it broke so many barriers at its time. It was ahead of its time when it was made. I mean, Hitchcock was the first person to ever show an actual toilet on film because that was unheard of up to that point. And then you had the split personalities of Norman Bates and his mother to the point that she eventually completely takes over by the end of the movie.
Spoilers.
If you haven't seen the,
If you haven't seen the original Psycho, then you deserve it.
That's kind of where I'm at, but
You haven't seen the remake either.
Miss Bates was dead the entire time,
Yes,
and it like decomposed and dead the entire time.
zombified. And of course, the shower scene is just one of the top-notch classic horror scenes ever.
It's actually my favorite Ice Nine Kills song.
Oh, the shower scene?
Same.
Yeah.
No, right.
So what's your favorite? Technically, that could be considered both a scary movie and a slasher, but do you have a favorite slasher movie as well?
Favorite slasher movie. Actually, I'll probably use that one more as my favorite slasher movie.
Okay.
Just because of the nature of it anyway.
Mhm.
Favorite scary movie. I'm going to go way off the rails with this because I know hardly anybody has seen this fucking movie ever. And that would be Cannibal Holocaust.
Actually,
I don't know if I've seen that one.
It-
I'm thinking I may have.
is that the one I think it is?
Where the director wound up in prison for it. And the cast actually had to show up and prove that they were alive, so they didn't kill him.
That's right. It was.
Yeah, he was on trial for their murder.
It was a huge fucking thing because essentially, the way that the courts had taken it is that he had made a worldwide released snuff film where all these people had essentially died. And that wasn't the case. It was just a very over the top done horror movie. But
Like extremely realistically well done.
it was dark shit, and the subject matter wound up getting him in trouble. But yeah, they did actually, because I don't remember all the details of it, because I haven't seen that movie, but I've read the articles on it. But apparently they actually did have to parade the cast. And they had to come in and say what part they played to the judge to prove that they were still alive. Like it was a huge fucking thing.
It was hardcore as all get out. one of the early scenes and stuff shows a woman that has been basically shoved down onto a spike, so it comes straight up out of her mouth.
Yeah.
And
mean,
that's
very-
within like the first 10 minutes of the movie.
There was so little in the gore factor outside of what would normally be possible that it couldn't be seen as a typical scary movie.
Right.
That's what made it fucked up, is the realism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I have seen articles on it.
I've seen that one and Campbell Paradox both.
Jesus.
Hey, if I'm going to deep dive into this shit, I'm really going to look for the things that people aren't supposed to watch.
Well, I mean, fair.
Oh my God. That made me think of, since you said something, this isn't my favorite slasher or scary movie. What was that called? I had it right there. Faces of Death.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Even though that one's not a horror movie.
No. But yeah.
I don't know why they had it out in the horror movie section when it didn't need to be there in the video in the at Movie Warehouse. It needed to be in the adult section.
There was a lot of stuff being done that wasn't of the scary variety.
No.
There was a lot of puking.
No, that wasn't that. It was actually different depictions of people being in the act of.
Oh no, that's right. That was the other snuff film.
Yeah.
That one actually was a legal snuff film because they actually did the movie production.
Yeah, they did it as a documentary
So
as opposed to.
that's how they got away with it.
Mhm. It did not need to be where it was. I wanted it. I'm like, oh my God. 13. 13.
Was.
It was rough.
It's rough. That is rough. Seeing that young too. That's rough.
And people wonder why. I'm very particular about what my kids watch. That's part of the reason why.
Well, I mean, of course, that is something that we do want to throw out there is, you know, we're discussing a lot of topics this month on different horror concepts, different tropes, different understandings of what creatures are and that kind of thing. And it's fun to delve into that kind of thing, but be logical about it. You know, if your kid's too young to see somebody getting done in a very horrible way, don't show them that kind of shit. You know, wait until
There
they're
are
old
still
enough.
movies I don't let my kids watch, and I have one that's almost 20. So I'm like,
That's
nah.
what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
But, be logical about it. So, favorite scary.
Favorite scary movie.
Yeah, 'cause apparently there's a difference. It's a hard one. To pinpoint it, it's a hard one.
Somewhere between 13 Ghosts and the remake of House on Haunted Hill.
Okay, if you had to pick one,
I would rewatch House on Haunted Hill. The remake. I've never seen the original.
the original is absolutely.
I didn't even know it
fucking
existed when I
Oh,
watched
yeah.
the old.
The original one is awesome.
It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's so
It,
fucking
it
funny.
makes the remake laughable.
It was the shaky head, the spirit.
Oh yeah,
And they started doing that shit. That fucked me up.
the distorted head twitches and shit.
Yeah, that fucked me up. Now my favorite slasher. Probably this one.
I'm literally.
Well, which one?
Friday the 13th. I'm actually wearing a Friday the 13th
No,
hoodie.
no. Which one? Which one? Because I mean, it's gone forever. So which one?
The actual. Every one of them had something that fucked me up as a kid. I'm not going. Matt Hatton's done. I don't do.
No, Jason Does Manhattan. Or
That was
whatever
awful.
the fuck it is.
I want to say 5. I think it's New Chapter. I think that one was one of my favorite ones. New Chapter.
Why's that?
It wasn't even on Camp Crystal Lake.
No, it was elsewhere
Mm-hmm.
at that point.
It was the thought of the kid from 4 ended up becoming Jason after that.
By the way, spoilers. But again, if you haven't seen a lot of these movies by now, where the fuck have you been?
Yeah. And it probably had the worst kill as far as that fucked me up in it.
Mm-hmm.
Chick cleaning out her ears with Q-tips, and he double palmed her.
Oh, yep.
True. Fair enough.
Like my favorite kill in a Friday the 13th.
Part 2, sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag. Part 2, the sleeping bag. By the
Scoop
way,
it up.
that's literally Kane Hodder's favorite too. By the way,
Yeah, that was my favorite one, and they redid it again for the new one with Jared Padalecki that was in it. They did it again.
yep. It was such an iconic thing that it had to come back because people raved over that. It was the single most hilariously brutal fucking kill in a horror movie at that point in time. And literally all he does is zip her up in the fucking sleeping bag and beat her up against a tree repeatedly.
That was it.
And then just opens the bag and it's hamburger. But I
Oh
mean,
my God, Jason X. Oh,
Jason X.
Jason
was
X.
rough.
Jason Goes to Hell was probably. I like Jason X more than I like Jason Goes to Hell.
He wasn't in it. That was the thing that got me about Jason Goes to Hell is Jason was not in it.
He was in it for the first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes.
Because
But it came out.
by the way, once
Spoilers.
again, spoilers.
Jason was an STD.
Yep.
That was the whole fucking premise.
He got passed from person to person by fucking. Because he essentially here's a synopsis. Jason gets led into the woods at Camp Crystal Lake by a previous counselor, and she was part of a sting off to kill Jason. And supposedly they do it.
Well, the worm of him, the parasite apparently escaped into somebody else at the morgue.
Yep.
And then it kept passing and it was like, God damn it. Oh my God. Freddy versus Jason. I couldn't take
Freddy
it serious.
versus
I laughed the entire fucking movie.
I mean, where's Nightmare Pitch? Like
That it was such a fun
Freddy-
movie. Jesus Christ.
Freddy literally saying bitch like every other word.
It was probably, as far as like that kind of feel, I laughed through the entire fucking movie.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really meant to be a scary movie. It was a comedy action movie about how Freddy and Jason both were trying to kill the same group of kids and then wound up turning on each other because they were over it. And I mean, if you haven't watched it, it's worth a watch, especially if you go in knowing that you shouldn't take it seriously. It's such a fun fucking ride because it's so goddamn dumb. You know, Freddy Krueger doing fucking Wing Chun moves and shit. Like, how do you get that? How do you fucking do that? Like, full on karate chops and shit in this. It's so fucking dumb.
Fucking split kicks.
Like roadhouse roundhouses and shit. Oh, God, no. But
All right, Steve, it's your turn.
oh man. So favorite scary movie.
Mm-hmm.
jeez. Like slashers are easy. It's scary movies that are difficult. One of my favorite scary movies is Jacob's Ladder,
Mm,
Tim Robbins movie,
yep.
and it literally explores psychosis. Synopsis: once again, this is a movie from way in the way back, so if you haven't fucking seen it, but spoilers. Tim Robbins basically plays a vet that is having flashbacks, and is getting treatment for that by unhealthy means. But it progresses to where his memories start to not necessarily be memories, and the things he encounters stop being human. And it's a really rough ass movie, but it's scary as fuck. I saw that shit when I was like 12 years old, and it fucked me up. And by then, it was actually well older than me at that point. It is a pretty interesting movie. Honorable mention on that was Identity.
Mm.
I loved Identity. Identity was a fun fucking movie, and it's another one. I dug the psychological thrillers more than the ghosts and shit, because to me that's something that's a lot more scary. The fact that people live with these things and actually experience these things, and they're literal problems that people face. And the situations in these movies become a lot more plausible because you realize that they're actual conditions as opposed to just a spirit in the home that somehow, some way, possibly winds up getting the ability to telekinetically pop your head like a watermelon. You know, it's a lot more in that regard as far as getting fucked up. Slasher movies, let's see. That's also a tough one. Slasher movies, looking at Hatchet was a good one.
Mm.
The original.
Mm-hmm.
I Spit on Your Grave was another really good one.
The new one or the old one?
The old one.
Yeah, the old one was fruit.
The old one. The new one's kind of all right. Let's Hollywood it up a little bit more and tone it down so that it's not nearly as raw.
Yeah, the old one was raw as shit.
It is rough. So yeah. Last honorable mention for scary movie is Fallen.
Mm.
That was a good one.
I talk about Fallen a lot because that shit actually happens. But
Actually, I'll go back as far as this scary movie that actually, when I watched it, it kind of fucked me up.
Mhm.
The original Paranormal Activity.
the very
True.
first one,
The other ones after it, the original Paranormal Activity.
the first one, because me and Brian have talked about that before, we can literally sit there and through the majority of that movie go, that bitch is possessed. It's actually, you see these actual symptoms to the actual degree that they are filmed in possession cases.
Except for like the big shit at the very end.
Yeah, that's a little bit Hollywood, but up until that point, yeah, it's like, oh well, bitch is kind of fucked up. She's got something riding.
It fucked me up. Whoever did it,
Kudos. It was Chef's Kiss. It was a great movie.
it fucked me up. Dark Skies.
Dude, that
Yeah.
Dark Skies was good.
Don't watch that movie hot.
Kind.
Close Encounters,
Yeah, I like that.
because Ray just mentioned that. Close Encounters.
Well, I mentioned Fourth Kind with Mila Jovovich. That one messed me up because it had actual footage from like police cameras in their cars and stuff of shit happening. That really messed me up pretty hard.
One moment.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Tyree.
All of a sudden, we're hearing ice cream truck music in the hallway, and I'm like, we're sitting here
Pause.
talking about fucking scary movies and literally locked and loaded. Is it loaded? It sure is, buddy. Go ahead.
Okay, first off, you mentioned 13 Ghosts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I found on one of the streaming apps the 13 Ghosts from 1960s.
Oh, the original. The original.
Yeah.
Yes, I've made it about halfway through, so I can't really talk about it,
Gotcha.
Fair.
but it looks awesome.
All right, cool.
But
It's a fun one.
okay, thank you. Don't spoil it. I haven't seen it.
I won't. So anyway, what happens is
What I want to tell you is,
Ice cream truck reminds me of Maximum Overdrive.
Fuck yeah. That was a rough movie, but it's a classic. It is a classic. All the machines come alive, and yeah.
So, slasher movie.
Okay.
I have to go with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay. Gotcha.
which one of the four? Which one of the four?
3.
Fair.
Dream Warriors.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Dream Warriors. Dream Warriors.
And the best part about that movie is when he turns his claw into needles of heroin.
Oh yeah.
That actually did have some of the good ones in it.
It made me think
Yeah.
of I don't know if anybody else other than me has heard of this one. I Come in Peace.
I've heard about it, haven't seen it.
Same. I know the title.
It's a basically it's about an alien who basically pumps people full of drugs to be able to harvest their endorphins.
That's fucked. That's kind of fucked.
He overdoses them on purpose so they can get the maximum amount of endorphin because his race can't produce it.
That's pretty fucked. That's a wild ass movie premise.
Yes.
That's a good one though, but it's a wild ass movie premise.
But yeah, Freddy Krueger is awesome because he doesn't slash people with kitchen knives and hatchets and axes.
He uses fucking garden shears on a glove.
As well as needles and other stuff. Anything you can imagine in your nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, he's
So,
dream demon.
yeah.
Oh my God. Like one of my what was it? I think it was New Nightmare.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I like New Nightmare. I
The,
didn't really
the quote unquote reboot, not the remake, the reboot.
yeah, the reboot, and they never did another one after it.
Yeah.
Another one with Robert Englund. Because that was, I think it was one of his last ones.
I think so, yeah. Because that was full rebooting of it. And then there was the remake afterward.
Oh,
Honorable mention for slasher, Cabin in the Woods.
Okay. It's such a fun fucking movie. Right? Is it a good movie? No. But is it a fun movie? Yeah.
I've got another category after this one.
Okay.
Oh, well, shit.
What's your favorite slash? So you went slasher. What was scary?
Final Destination.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
That's actually a good scary movie because, there's a lot of that shit that actually could happen.
Well, when you know a movie affected you when you
Logging trucks,
whenever you literally have that flashback of that movie
logging trucks.
when you're driving.
Yeah.
Every fucking time.
And the fact that when you realize that those motherfuckers aren't lashed down, they're lashed together. It's gravity that's holding those to the back of that truck. And you're like, oh, neat. I'm going to die going into the other lane. Like that one.
Yeah, but those made me rethink about flying.
Mm-hmm.
They
It'll
made
ruin
me
your life.
They made me
They'll ruin
rethink
your life.
roller coasters.
Yup.
It's like I get in a line for a roller coaster and I'm like looking at the truck. Okay, is the chain actually on? Okay, the track. I don't see any screws missing anywhere.
He should be a roller coaster inspector.
At this point, yeah, geez. Fuck.
The
Yeah,
NASCAR race.
Everybody had that same thought about the fucking log.
yeah, the logging truck. Yep.
All right, so next category, I have another category.
Okay.
Campy.
Oh, okay. So intentionally stupid. Okay, so start.
Cabin in the Woods.
You can't use the same one. Can't use the same one that's copping out.
Can I go last?
Give her everything.
Okay.
All right. Tyree's gonna save your ass.
No, actually, Russell, I love Scream.
Scream is good.
Scream is awesome.
Scream was actually really good. It was actually one of the few horror franchises that actually made it decent because they played on the tropes. That's what made it fun, is the fact that both the villain and the victims all fucking knew scary movies enough to know what to do and what not to do.
So are you, when you say campy, are you talking like scary movie, like that type of campy? Or are you talking like Crystal Lake campy?
It's
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
it's intended to be scary, but it's comical.
Okay.
Whereas Scary Movie is literally making fun of it. We're looking at things that are supposed to be scary movies, but are lighthearted or funny.
Damn it. Okay.
Okay.
Can't use Cabin in the Woods.
No,
No,
you already
you
used
used
that.
it. Okay, so the one I just watched like last week and laughed my ass off through the whole thing was Annabelle. That
Okay.
it did not faze me whatsoever.
I mean, especially when you find out that that's not,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Especially when you find out that that's not the real doll or
Yeah.
Not even close.
that, because, and I'm going to say this because I've said it before. We've actually had a conversation about this. You know, a lot of us here at Spirit Mechanics have talked to you guys through these lives about this. The Warrens did what the Warrens did and did a lot to progress the paranormal field, not the industry. The problem is that their stories have been touched up, painted over, kind of recreated by Hollywood. So some of that stuff is a little bit more than what actually happened, and some of it was well played down as opposed to what happened. So to say that all of the Conjuring verse movies are 100% factual is a complete lie. You should not do that. Just wanting to throw that out there so that you guys know that if we come across your favorite movie while talking, that's our stance on it.
Okay, yeah, Bridget made a good comment. They changed it all because no one is scared of Raggedy Ann.
True.
Mhm.
That's the reason why.
Yeah.
And she's got the make of it. Hollywood took over in order to make it a quote unquote scary movie.
I laughed my ass off through that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the first time the girl sitting at the sewing machine. I was like, she's gonna sew her finger. And like half an hour later, ow! It's like, okay, told you.
There's a pattern recognition.
It's so bad when you already call the movie before it actually gets going.
Mhm.
You're like, oh, no, this is what's about to happen.
All right. Campy.
Can't be. What do you got?
OG Evil Dead.
Oh, fuck yes.
Yeah.
Gotta go for it.
I love, actually, both of them.
I was about to say Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2.
Both of them. Actually, all three.
Oh,
Army of Darkness is pretty campy too.
Army of Darkness is fucking amazing. Even the remake of Evil Dead. I fucking cackled in the theater.
I mean, it's a thing, y'all. They were intended to be fun B-movie horror. You know, they weren't supposed to be like A-listed scary. They were supposed to be fucking hilarious. And the first one didn't go into enough of the camp and didn't really lead into Army of Darkness well enough. So that's why you get the same story in Evil Dead 2. Technically, Evil Dead 2 was the full original movie. So it's kind of a fun ride into that.
Oh my God, dude.
Okay.
The whole scene where in the remake in the fucking woods.
I was about to say the bog.
Oh
with
my
the fucking
God.
thorns.
So
Me and my ex-wife scared an entire group of teenagers because we were crying, laughing so hard.
all right. I got two now. Okay.
All right, go for it.
All right.
Crimson Peak was one of them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know that one.
So essentially the premise is that this medium who doesn't know she's a medium is warned about this dude who's trying to use her money, who's actually fucking his sister.
Like it's a lot.
Yeah. And so literally the whole thing is dilapidated and this like creepy sort of ghost walks up and is like, but like all the people that they
No joke. That's actually pretty accurate. It's actually pretty fucking accurate. That's what's bad.
Me going through going, what? And the entity is talking to me. What?
Yeah, like no joke. She actually had to make of it. So keep going.
but Tom
Huddleston.
Tom Huddleston is the main dude, and so the premise is that he gets married off, and that he and his sister, use the women that he marries, and he's essentially a Black Widow, but she's the one that kills all the people because she's like, no, he's mine, and if I can't have him, nobody can.
Yeah, it's weird. Like the whole movie's fucked up, but the whole movie's fucked up. It's actually worth watching because it's so goddamn funny.
It really cracks me up. Like I do enjoy that movie a lot, but the other one is The Woman in Black.
Okay, the one with
Harry Potter, who was literally in a bog.
Yes. Scary Potter the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get a bog.
Because I literally went through the whole movie. Yo, you could just fucking Aloha Mora this
Oh my God, that made me think of that fucking movie.
Lumos would help a motherfucker out right now.
God. Where the fuck is Hedwig right now? Jeez.
Jedi! Like, what? This was bad. I was making Harry Potter jokes the whole time.
I did too. The first time he was going down the long hallway,
Yeah.
I'm like, when's Ron just gonna kick open the door and be like, I got you, Harry?
Myrtle in the bathroom. Literally the joke I get me.
Snape, Severus Snape, Snape, Severus Snape, Dumbledore.
Look, you too.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Ugh.
Fuck. All right, Ray. While he's looking at shit, camping movie.
There was a vampire movie from the 90s called Modern Vampires. And if you have not seen it, it is one of the campiest, funniest fucking movies ever. It's dumb as shit. What happens is this vampire is trying to defeat Count Dracula in modern times, and he turns these three gentlemen of African nature into vampires to help him. And at one point, the one looks at him and says, I want to bite somebody right on the ass. He's like, no, the neck. And they're just driving through the city trying to find Dracula in this old beaten up van.
Oh my God. So what do we got for comments here?
Evil
Classic.
Dead.
Everybody's like classic Halloween, best ever horror flick.
The Nun.
Yeah.
The Nun scenes kind of get me. I'll be honest with you.
Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that the Nun didn't fuck me up as far as jump scares. Plus, there's a particular thing with a particular entity that actually usually fucks me up, and the original one actually touched on that. But
I'll split blood in your face.
I literally, so I'm hanging out with Ray and Pat. They were over at the house, and they were like, "Have you seen The Nun?" And I was like, "Yes." And they, well, have you seen the second one? I'm like, "No." So Ray puts it on, and I'm literally like, da 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 to watch this movie and fall asleep. I fall asleep and then wake up and there's this scene, right? And it's wine in the bottom of this. It's wine cellar of a cathedral, and they're underneath and they're doing the thing, and it's blessed sacramental wine for communion, right? And big scene comes around. Spoilers, whatever, but spoilers. There's this big scene that comes around, and the entity turns the water to actual blood, or the wine to actual blood.
Mhm.
And I'm sitting here like, I wouldn't give a fuck. That shit is blessed. Like, get some of that shit in your mouth and spit it in that horse's face. And literally, the next fucking thing that happens is the main character literally looks the entity in the eyes and spits holy blood in her face. And I'm like, yes, like screaming it in the house.
I haven't seen the new Beetlejuice yet. I want to.
I've heard rough things.
Same.
Mixed. I've heard mixed.
I've heard rough things. If you're a diehard original fan, I've heard good things, but otherwise, if you go into it expecting a different movie, you're not going to get one.
Well, Bridget says, don't waste your money to see it.
I was just gonna wait for it to be free so I could just
Stream it.
stream it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What?
Slumber Party Massacre.
Oh my God. So,
There you go.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
all of them. All of them. Do you have a campy movie before we just railroad them? You have a campy movie?
You said Annabelle.
Oh, you did, didn't you? So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other camping movie I got, and it is a B movie, is the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh yeah,
Technically, yeah.
it is.
Because she or he, whatever it is,
That-
chops him up and then they turn cannibals.
They,
Little Frankenstein.
Yep.
Yeah. One of mine, The Reanimator.
oh,
Oh.
The Reanimator. Because
old
it
school
is,
sleepaway camp.
yeah, sleepaway camp.
That actually, I watched that movie all the way through, not expecting it, and then I get to the very end, and I'm all right, cool, and then I see the iconic scene of that fucking movie, and I go, "Is that a?" Okay, that makes sense, but that's weird. Oh, dumb horror. Oh, let's go dumb horror.
Wait, I thought that's.
No, we did campy.
Oh.
Dumb.
Thank you, Jacob.
Dumb horror in what way?
Well, Jacob said stitches.
I mean,
Poultrygeist.
Oh, we're
Oh, God.
We're,
Dumb.
okay,
Dumb.
so this would be the realm of scary movie.
Yeah.
Then that's my vote is Scary Movie 3 specifically. 3.
Why 3?
Because it cracks me up that they get like abducted by aliens.
Oh my God. Shit. It's let me call.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Isn't it a fucking is it a fucking Mel Gibson movie?
Little Frankenstein?
Signs.
Signs, yeah, it is. Yeah,
Because that's what they're spoofing.
Yeah.
They're spoofing signs.
yeah.
But 3, so, 1 and 2 are still there.
The aliens and signs. That was the thing that I thought was so fucking funny. Is all this shit goes down in the middle of this movie, and they're hiding and doing all this shit. Come to find out, the aliens were afraid of water. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why they ran away. That's why they left Earth, is because of water.
I will also toss out toast.
Look, that was a fucking masterpiece. No,
It's
Nobody,
sure-
nobody's seen that shit.
no one has seen Toast but us.
And Wes.
And yeah, and the Forsyths, and whoever was unfortunate enough to be a part of Scarefest. Actually, there were some good ones, and there usually are some good ones in the mix. But you get some very interesting. But Toast,
Oh,
You know?
I think you can actually find Toast on YouTube now.
Oh,
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, look up Toast. It's
It is
okay.
It actually it's really dry. It's really dry.
It's a little crispy.
It's a little lukewarm. But no, in all honesty, it is actually a fun one for it to be a short.
It just makes me think of Robert.
It does. That's
Falling
speaking
in
of.
love with a woman and chasing after her. It is a love ballad.
A telekinetic tire. God damn it.
So, dumb horror movies.
Dumb horror movies.
Dumb horror movie. So I just mentioned Poltergeist.
Yes.
So Steve, myself, and a friend of ours, Jason, decided to
Get roasted.
yeah, we had a weekend of various sundries and beverages. And
When we say weekend, we do mean that.
yeah, it was a bender.
It started sometime Thursday or Friday, I can't remember, and went until
Sunday.
yeah. Jason was like, "It's buck out." So
Leprechaun and Pumpkinhead.
Leprechaun's all right. Pumpkinhead, I don't remember it. I did watch it, but I don't remember it.
it's a fun one. Depending on my mood, like I go back and forth between which one I'd rather watch because they're basically the same movie.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Poultry. So we're sitting here having us a time, and Jason throws on the movie.
Because he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And we start laughing over it, and he reads the premise, which I'm not going to spoil yet. But he reads the premise, right? And we're like, "Yeah, fuck it," because of said beverages and
Sundries.
takings. And
Get them hippie calories.
so we're gonna go back and forth on this one because I was laughing so hard at one fucking point that I was actually crying.
Premise of the movie is it's a ball. If I'm remembering right, that night's fuzzy. It's a bar.
It was a bar and grill, yeah.
And they had killed a zombie turkey.
I dig it. I've read a book like that.
then
Actually, I
cooked
read
it.
that book to you.
And then they cooked it and they fed it to the people at the bar and the grill.
It said people wound up getting gratuitous shits and literally shit their organs out of their ass
Nice.
and then became zombies because, well, they died from shitting their organs out of their ass. So Poltergeist, right? The opening scene was our quote unquote hero getting it on with some chick in a graveyard and then using a zombie finger as a butt plug.
What?
Not kidding. I'm not kidding. Look the fucking movie up. Swear to Christ. Look the movie up.
This movie is but what was the best part of the entire movie? So we're going through all of this stuff and we're just going,
How could this? Actually, it was the two of you, Jason and Brian, go back and forth, and they're like, and Brian's going, "Dude, turn this fucking shit off." And Jason goes, No, let's watch it a little bit longer. I got to see what happens. Brian goes, "Dude, how could this get any worse?" Without missing a beat, I was like, "You watch this next fucking scene. It's gonna be a musical."
swear to God, the motherfucker turned into a musical.
So not only is it a zombie turkey turning people zombie by them shitting out their guts, it is a musical.
That's
The
magical.
rest of the damn movie was a musical, and I haven't laughed as hard in my life.
That is
Like,
phenomenal.
I cried so hard, I think I almost blacked out one time. And then
I don't remember how the movie
I
ended.
don't either.
Well, I did find Toast on YouTube and stuck it in the comments for everybody to watch.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Because once they're through the film festival, and they can go public.
Yes, that was last year, one of last year's entries, I believe.
Yep. So
It sure is.
Yep. So you guys get to watch it too, and it's just a short. It won't take but a couple minutes. But
It's literally
Do
7
that
minutes.
yeah, do that after live, please. But it was one of our favorites as far as just a quick campy, because it wasn't meant to be serious. It was meant to be funny. But it was a fun one.
Rob, it was Poultrygeist. Yes,
Yes, Poultrygeist.
not Poltergeist.
Poultry.
Like bok bok.
Poultry.
Yep.
Yeah, Scout Guys to the Zombie Apocalypse. That was campy as fuck too.
Actually, shout out Zombieland.
Zombieland's good.
Zombieland is a good dumb horror.
Actually, I just looked it up. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That one's not. Yeah.
They're doing a remake, and I'm asking myself why.
They're doing okay.
They are actually doing a remake of Killer Clowns.
Why?
Exactly. I'm like, why
Attack
would
of
you
the
do
Killer Tomatoes.
I didn't watch Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I watched the cartoon. That was the one that I didn't catch.
Oh, you're missing out. You're missing out.
It's actually worth it. It's so fucking dumb. It's amazing.
Toxic Avenger.
Oh, yeah, the
Toxic
Toxic.
Avenger was phenomenal.
It's great. And I think they're doing a remake.
They are, actually. All these old movies that should be left alone because they were good as they were.
Cough cough the crow.
I mean, the original one was all right.
It's not, I wouldn't call it a horror movie.
I wouldn't either. It's
I wouldn't
actually
call it-
quick.
It was specifically because we were talking about remakes that don't need to be remade.
I mean,
Oh.
most of the original, like Universal monster horror films, are campy as fuck. So
True.
they're great to watch. So
I'm curious to see how they remake Nosferatu because that comes out this year.
It does.
I mean, the trailers actually look really good.
They do.
It does, especially in they got Defoe being fuck.
Because I know Skarsgård is in there.
Skarsgård is in everything now.
Which
Yeah.
one? There's three of them.
Bill.
Bill, Sir
The
Billy.
youngest one.
Which shout out it. You know, it was pretty good.
Which one?
Yes.
Not the second remake.
Mm.
Like the number 2 of the remake.
Oh, so not the second chapter of the remake.
Yes.
Actually, the trailer fucked me up more than the actual movie.
Fair.
Oh, for the remake?
Yeah.
I'm kind of partial to the original.
My
Because Tim Curry is Pennywise. You can't fucking beat that shit.
I don't. My brain wasn't formed all the way yet, so I don't remember it. I did watch it, but I don't remember it.
It's
Another one that is both campy but also kind of fucked up would be The Stand.
Yeah.
Papa would put that shit on at Halloween like every fucking year we watched The Stand. It was his favorite. It's his favorite. MOON spells lousy yes. It's his fucking favorite.
Hell yeah, Linda. Cujo is a scary movie.
Cujo is.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a super rabies and a Saint Bernard. I mean, what do you fucking do?
die.
Shoot it in the face.
Fair. Didn't have done.
Fair.
I think
Be like the Resident Evil movies, aim for the head.
my opinion on The Purge is that it's just violence for the sake of violence, and that's kind of the same way I feel about Saw movies.
Except the first one for me. The first one actually was really good. Then they just kept.
Which Saw. The first Saw was amazing.
The twist.
Chef's kiss. it could have been and should have been a standalone movie instead of the gratuitous fucking franchise that it turned into. But that was the first time that I saw Carrie Elwes actually act in a raw fucking manner.
Mm-hmm.
And that was
He knocked it
fucking
out of the park.
nuts. That was fucking nuts.
That's the name of the movie.
I agree, Rob. It's what is we on like 16?
Yeah.
Saw 16.
Some shit like that, yeah.
I'm making up an arbitrary number.
Yeah, some shit like that. I think 10 was the last one that they did. Saw X, I think was the last one. But in the
Then they
midst
had
of that,
Spiral.
yeah, in the midst of that, you had Spiral. You also had Saw 3D. You had there was the one other one that's a spinoff, and I can't fucking remember. But
Oh my god.
I'm going to spoil it for everybody because it was spoiled for me. So if you would like for Saw, the series, to not be fucking spoiled, Carrie Elwes comes back as the actual villain.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
He actually comes back as the actual villain and wraps the entire series up,
That's kind of nice.
ending it in the same room he was in.
Good.
So yeah, so it was a fun one. Seeing that, it was a fun one because I'm one of those that likes the practical effects. I was talking to y'all about that.
Mhm.
I like seeing the practical effects, seeing being in air quotes, but I'm like this far away from my TV when I watch it. But I like seeing the practical effects. So the things that people have to actually make with their hands as opposed to CGI. And Saw is one of those movies that doesn't rely heavy on CGI.
Right.
It's all practical effect. So I really like seeing how they do that shit. Now, the more recent ones, like the last couple, have been so CGI that it's like, come on, fucking quit. You can see the pixels. Fucking quit. Just let it be what it needs to be.
One of my favorites, excuse me, is it's a movie called Devil.
Mm.
It's literally about these people that get trapped in an
In an
elevator.
elevator.
That
Yes.
one's actually really good.
That's one of my favorites, just because it's like, right?
I'm gonna like Shyamalan.
That one's probably, yeah, what a twist. That one actually is one of his better ones. Because we actually brought signs up earlier,
Mhm.
because there's one, there's two. Actually, we're talking about campy movies and dumb horror, and then M. Night. Have you guys seen Old?
Yes.
No, I haven't seen Old.
Since y'all haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it. However, you'll understand the reason why I'm putting it in this particular category
Yeah.
when you watch it.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm kind of like, what? It's not even a twist, my guy. But fuck, I was gonna railroad that movie. Not loud now.
Oh, Rob commented, and you were saying it had a lot of major names, big actors like Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson, and that made me think about Snakes on a Plane.
Oh, actually, campy and dumb.
Can't be a
horror.
dumb horror.
Eight-legged freaks.
Hey, look, I actually love that fucking movie.
Renee
It's a
talked about
guilty
Ghoulies.
pleasure.
Oh.
Ghoulies.
Mhm.
Where did they come up with this? I'm sorry, I went to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because that's where he. No, yeah, it was Ghoulies.
It was Ghoulies.
And Jacob asked our opinion of if any of us liked Smile.
I actually did. I like I don't know if anybody else has watched it, and I actually dug it because of what it was. And without spoiling anything, it actually, because it tells you in the synopsis and literally in every fucking trailer, but it is a very accurate depiction of a body jumper.
Mm.
and what you have to do to get rid of it. It was actually very good in that regard and would fuck you up, actually.
Rob, you said, can we say that again? What are we saying again? Because I'm not catching the context.
Yeah, what do you need repeated, man?
But snakes on a plane does make me giggle.
Tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
See, that made me think of arachnophobia.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I fucking everywhere coming out of the fucking shower and up from the drains and oh my god.
John Goodman was the best part of the movie.
I agree.
Freaking love horror. Scanners was a campy. Thank you. The one she thought of after the actor comment. Yeah, it was Snakes on a Plane. That was because I saw Samuel Jackson and immediately went to I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Fucking Scanners. That one actually is a guilty pleasure. If you haven't seen Scanners, it's actually worth a look. It's the dudes with psychic powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one. Eraserhead.
That's neat. 'Cause I didn't actually even think about that one as an option. Has anybody else seen Eraserhead?
Nope.
Think so. It's been a while.
I would say, but it made me think of something else, and I can't think of the title of it.
What's it about?
The little sphere that flies around.
Phantasm.
Yes.
One of Davis's favorites.
It literally is. Shout out to Chris Davis on that one. That is one of his favorite movie series. And rightfully so. The little phantasm ball.
Uh-huh.
The golem.
Now, the first time I watched it, it freaked me out. But I watched it last year, and the only thing that really scared me was the carpet going up the stairs.
Fair. Fair.
Because it was like 3-inch shag carpet. Because it's a 1970s film.
I mean, 3-inch shag is enough to scare anybody.
Oh, dude. Okay. Yeah, They Live is good. They Live is really good.
So it's Return of the Living Dead.
Now, cool fact about Return of the Living Dead, it was actually filmed in Louisville.
Yep.
I love that movie.
By the way, for those of you that are probably about to bring up The Walking Dead, that's a Kentucky born too.
The dude was from Indiana. Hellraiser's all right.
Wait, which one?
I liked.
So is the reboot or is it original series?
First one.
Okay, the first Hellraiser.
The very, 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 very first one.
That was good.
Second one was. Third one, the fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, they're all in the same boat. The remake they did.
Oh, the Hulu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually was all right.
It was good, and
All the frightener shit.
that was fuck me. All right, we're swinging at this point.
We do got to start wrapping it up a little bit though, because it's almost 10:30.
Fair enough.
I mean,
Any-
we get started till late. We're an hour and 14 minutes. Then
And so we can go a little bit longer, but yeah, we probably should wrap it here in just a bit.
Oh my
Pup
gosh.
Smasher's a good one.
The only complaint that I have about the new Hellraiser, it's the only complaint that I have. I don't have an issue with it being a female Cenobite. I have an issue with it being a pinhead. Make a new Cenobite. Make a new one.
I mean, in the original story, in Clive Barker's story, it was a female pinhead.
Well, what I'm saying is we already had one that was iconic. Let's do a new one and make it, be creative with that.
So you're saying not make the Cenobite priest a pinhead at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Clarifying for
I got
us and on that one.
Yeah.
So a completely new main Cenobite as
Yeah.
opposed to the Hell Priest.
Yeah. It's like, I know there was some, I think people were just like, oh, well, it's a female pinhead, blah, 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 bitching about it. And blah. I do not care. Whoever that actor was, did an amazing job.
She did.
Just don't make it a pinhead. We already had that. Let's do a new one.
Jacob said Pet Cemetery, the original.
Oh my God, that fucked me up.
Oh my God.
When I was a kid, that came out in the 80s. I was like 6.
I'm sorry.
You looked at me like I was fucking crazy.
I thought it was funny.
I was 6 years old when I was 5 or 6 years old when it came out, because it was like I was still living in Indiana. But
You were a wee youngin'.
I was a marriage child. Let me watch that shit. That's why I had nightmares until I was like 16.
Why we started the show the way we did. But yeah, no, actually, yeah, the original, the new one, they tried too hard to make it different while still making it the same exact movie. And it's like y'all didn't do anything but throw a little bit of weak ass paint on it, and I can still see the old through it. But the original, there were two things that fucked me up. The first one was the kid. Again, if you haven't seen the original fucking movie by now, since it's like 50 years old, you deserve to have it spoiled. Is when the kid came in with the scalpel and caught the farmer's fucking Achilles. That fucked me up. That part fucked me up. Is the kid fucking literally killing the old man. And then, of course, because it's a cat,
The cat.
Church fucked me up. That one actually got me pretty bad. I'm like, you know, here's little me, and I'm like, but Kitty, you know.
Oh, I mean, I like Kitty, but Kitty, as a 5-6-year-old, was off just enough to make it unsettling.
That's what I'm saying.
It fucked that.
That's what I'm
was
saying.
the part that fucked me up more than anything.
It fucked me up. You know, that cat should be fucking dead, and it's like bloody and shit. And why isn't anybody getting it any help? You know, I'm fucked up as a child over this, and you know, mom's sitting there laughing because you know it's okay because she's trying to watch the movie and trying not to laugh at me openly because I'm freaked the fuck out. And then I remember it was my Uncle Tim. He looks down at me and he goes, "Boy, the cat's dead." I go, "What? Cat's dead. Doesn't need help." "Oh, okay." And then sit there and watch the fucking movie, and I'm still fucked up over this cat because now it's not hurt and needing help. It's dead and it's still walking. And I'm like, so I slept with the cats out of my room for like a month. Y'all fuckers ain't coming in here with me.
Oh my God, Sleepwalker.
Oh yeah.
So we're doing Stephen King's.
The cat people.
What?
Oh yeah.
What fucked me up as a kid was the corn cob to the eye.
Because the one got it to the eye and the other one got it to the back because she threw the other one.
I don't remember what all happened in this one, but the Babadook.
Oh, that one's a good one actually.
I actually really enjoyed that one. I just haven't seen it in a minute.
It's a good one. It's an Aussie horror movie. If you guys haven't watched it, it's actually a really good one for what it is.
And we're just sitting here giving y'all a list.
Yeah.
And all right, as Jacob goes, "It's getting late." Okay, guys, maybe you ought to wrap it up.
Little does he know it's our show.
Anyway,
I mean, if we want to go with a very twisted but older movie that'll fuck somebody up, Carnival of Souls.
Actually,
I didn't see that one.
it's on HBO. And,
Yeah, it's solid. It's a very psychological movie. It'll fuck your head.
A lot of people liked Hereditary, and I wasn't a fan.
I'm so sorry.
fell
This
asleep.
is gonna completely paint me as a very, very terrible individual, but I laughed when that scene happened.
Same.
I mean, they did
Have
it
you
so
watched it?
I
awkward.
haven't watched that.
It's okay.
Do you have any intention of watching it?
I don't know.
There is a pivotal moment at the beginning of the movie where there is a particular death scene,
Mhm.
and I cackled.
I have to watch it.
I
Just for a while.
It was.
it was done so fucking poorly that it made me cackle.
Have you seen Ben Stiller's Dodgeball?
Don't stare at me like that.
So they kind of did it the way that Ben Stiller did his Dodgeball. It was a death scene. I'm just gonna have to pull it up on
Yeah,
YouTube.
we're gonna have to actually show him the scene.
Yeah.
I didn't,
But it's
because I'm trying to think of the entire fucking movie of Dodgeball.
it's okay. We'll show you the scene,
Okay.
man. But in all honesty, that probably paints me in a very negative light, and that's okay because I'm not going to apologize for that. It was done so fucking horribly that I cackled.
We forgot about Shining.
We did forget about The Shining, and
Yeah.
The Shining actually for
It's
me, it's a
amazing.
good movie. It is campy. It's meant to be. It's Stephen King, but it's also actually very well done.
Mhm.
And Shelley Duvall never recovered because the reason why she was able to do the scenes the way she was and always look disheveled the way that she did, they were intentionally told by the director, they were intentionally told
Kubrick.
to completely berate her, belittle her, jump scare her, threaten her throughout the entire day, wake her up in the middle of the night by beating on her door and all this other shit. And the big scene that everybody remembers of him coming through the door with the axe, she was never told. So what you actually see in that scene is literally her freaking out right then and there. They did it as a single take.
Doctor Sleep was okay because it was a sequel, but it like hard switched. It was. I didn't like Doctor Sleep as much as I liked The Shining.
Same.
Yeah, kind of weird from the book too. The book was better.
Fair.
Even though The Shining, Doctor Sleep, and the entire Dark Tower series is all connected.
They are.
How about that?
Mm-hmm. The Shining is an ability that is throughout the entire Dark Tower series.
Okay. So literally what Doctor Sleep is doing is technically they already had a Dark Tower movie,
It was really mid.
but what they're actually doing is they're tying it all together for the second part. So it was The Shining, then Doctor Sleep, then, the first part of the Dark Tower, and then they're going to do the second one here in a little while.
The devil made me do it. I think that's a Conjuring one.
It is. It's a Conjuring.
I
Ghost.
did not watch it. I did not care to watch that one.
That one is actually based on the actual court case involving the Warrens. It is an actual thing. You can look it up. It did happen. As far as certain parts of the movie, notice how I'm putting that. Certain parts of the movie were actually based off of a legitimate happening. And it was one of the only, up until this point, legitimate trials that involved possession as a means of defense. Now, again, to say that that movie is 100% true and what happened is kind of a cheese stretch on a deep dish, but
That's about like with the controversy right now with the Warrens. Because a lot of that's coming out that most of their shit was bullshit because they would cold call people about that stuff.
Some of the cases that they were involved in were 100% legitimate. They do have proof of it. Other things were a lot more difficult to prove, and
a little unsavory.
I'm trying to maintain a bipartisan look at things just because of what we are and what we do. But yeah, it's not looking good for some of the things that they claimed. But I don't want to be disrespectful of people that actually brought legitimacy to things that we've done and do. And I don't want to be disrespectful to their memory either. But that's the reason why I chastise the movies the way that I do is it's not just the Hollywood that's the problem. It's the way the story was told too. So, yeah, I kind of have to bring that into the mix when we're talking about the Conjuring verse because I haven't been able to take much of the Conjuring verse seriously, like much of it.
I do like the way that that movie depicts a conduit.
Oh, of course.
That
Now,
was kick ass.
their depiction of Lorraine Warren and what it is that she can do,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, that is pretty stellar. They did a good job of that. And depicting what it is that they went through and what the family went through was very well done. The in between was a lot of Hollywood. But what you gonna do, right?
Pretty much.
You separate the work from the person. So that's how it goes.
Yeah, the Warren son-in-law, John Zappis.
Owns a real dog.
No, that's the nephew,
Tony
John
Farrell.
Zappis.
Yeah, he's a nephew. And yeah, there's a lot of things that have come out. I mean, some of the claims are not legitimate and others have some standing. It all depends on which case and which person you're talking to. And that's kind of the issue here is no one knows what's legitimate because everything's been bastardized. So there have been some damning reports that some of these families that have had these cases publicized or turned into movies, there have been some of the cases that have come forward and gone, that's not how it happened. That's kind of pretty damning.
I think son-in-law does own the alt, but I think at one point John had it, and that John's their nephew, if I remember.
He
right.
is John's a nephew, and he did own it at one point. It was in his possession, but I think it was left to the
Tony
son.
Farrell.
Yeah. So I think Zappis has his own collection now, but
Yeah.
the original collection went to the son.
I kind of got starstruck.
Same.
John.
Same. There are techniques that we actually use as far as bindings and removal of harmful objects that we actually got from him. So, and they are effective. They do exactly as they should. So I do have some respect for the guy because he actually does what he says he does. TV is what TV is, but on the flip, he does what he says he does. So you got to take a little bit of the good with the bad on that. But before this gets into social commentary, anybody got anything to wrap up with?
From Hell. It's more of a slasher, but
From Hell was actually all right. The Johnny Depp fucking Jack the Ripper movie.
I liked it. It was all right.
Fucking dragged me to hell.
Fuck, what was that movie?
Song of
Yeah.
Solomon and Friends. That was about it.
I'm trying to think. You know, y'all.
Is it Horns that is another fucking?
Yeah, it's another Scary Potter.
Yes.
Horns.
That was the movie I was thinking about earlier. I was trying to remember it and I could not fucking remember it. I couldn't find it in the fucking list.
Because I'm like, why the fuck am I thinking about Horns?
Yeah, Horns. Horns was it was such a weird movie.
Teamwork makes it teamwork.
Fucking, what was it? Tusk.
Hush was
Antlers.
because Hush was the one about the deaf lady,
Yeah.
and so she was literally getting. It was supposed to be a slasher. It was pretty intense because
What was that fucking movie from? I think it was the like somewhere between 2000 and 2007, 2006.
yes,
A different movie, but my brain's just suddenly room 1408.
Oh yeah.
Great movie.
That's another Stephen King.
Great movie.
I watched that one recently too. Steve, that one's actually on Vudu.
What was
On
it?
my account. I said that one's actually on my Vudu account too. That's signed in on your PlayStation.
Oh, the 1408.
Yep.
I own it. Like hard copy, actually own it.
Me too.
Same, actually.
It was a good one. That one was a good one.
It's also got Samuel L. Jackson in it.
And
Sure
John
does.
Yep.
Fuck. Now we just derailed into fucking Stephen King movies.
It was the movie I was trying to think about was this guy who is trying to buy a grimoire.
Ninth Gate.
Thank you.
Yes.
That was a good movie.
It was a good one.
Yeah,
was another
it's a
Johnny
slow
Depp-
burn, but it's really good.
Yeah, it's another Johnny Depp horror movie.
Johnny Depp and Penelope Cruz.
Oh, Johnny Depp was Jacob. Johnny Depp was in the first Nightmare on Elm Street. That was his first
Yep.
role.
Yeah, he was the boyfriend.
Yeah,
That and 21 Jump Street.
1984. He's from Kentucky.
He sure is.
Owensboro.
Let's see. Fuck me. Like,
All right, so we need to wrap it up.
we do actually need to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So thank y'all. It was just a fun discussion about horror movies. Please continue, drop the comments. If you have any questions for us about what it is that we do, who it is we are, all you have to do is drop us a message. You can do that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/spiritmechanics. You can also go to spiritmechanics.com, check us out. We are still in the middle of a revamp of our webpage, so bear with us. But we're going to have a bunch of new stuff up for you guys. If you want the news on Scarefest and everything involved with it, you can check that out tomorrow night, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern here on Facebook, or you can go to scarefestradio.com and watch Scarefest TV. It's about an hour long, give or take, and they give all the news about who's going to be there, the events that are going to be held, how it is that photo ops work, and different things like that. They also have a tendency to give away passes for free, wink, wink. So go ahead and give that a look if you're interested in what's going to go down this year. And of course, Scarefest is going to be the 18th to the 20th of October.
We have
Friday.
something right before that too. On the 12th.
What's on the 12th?
The psychic vampirism class.
Fuck me. It shows how much I pay attention. It's not a class that we're teaching, so
She'll pop herself.
Maybe she won't.
Yeah. Okay, here at the Missing Elements at 1018 East New Circle Road, Lexington, Kentucky, 40505, Suite 114, with the extension of 112, because the class will be in 112. We are having Miss Pat teach a class on psychic vampirism.
So for those of you that have been asking and have been interested in psychic vampirism, Trisha is going to be doing a class on that. It will be $60 starting around 6, if I remember correct.
Yep.
And you can do that here. So you can come here in person, or you can do online. We can actually video you in. So all you guys going, I can't make the drive. You don't have a fucking excuse. If you'd like to take the class, call and we can make sure it happens. We have the listings up now. The posts for that are starting to circulate, but there is a link in the posts that are going around. One is for online, meaning you're going to video in to our Discord. If you aren't on our Discord, you can find us. It's pretty easy. How do they find us on our Discord?
They found us on our Discord.
Yeah.
Most of the time, we usually send a link, but I need to probably create a link and give it to actually post it in places.
Yes.
So we will be doing that because that's not been on the agenda.
Fair. So, in all honesty, if you're on Discord, all you have to do is look for us. It is currently our old logo that's up there. So it'll be Spirit Mechanics with the crossed wrenches in white and black. But you can come and find us there. If you are not on Discord and would like to take the class, we will be sending you a link. We usually do that by email.
We're not doing any kind of 101 to 20 requirements for this one.
No, not for this one.
So that you don't have to have any kind of previous, like the 100 series, the 200 series that we usually do requirement for this particular class. So this one is open.
Yep. So anybody can take it. If you're new to metaphysics, if you're old to metaphysics, if you're somewhere in between, everybody is welcome for this. Not to say that you wouldn't be welcome for the other classes that have the requirements. We just need to know that you're going to be able to get something out of it. Because these 300 level classes that we're finishing the year on and probably starting the year on for 2025, these are deep dive courses. So these are going into very specific niche things or into a very specific broadening of what it is that you should already know. So it's literally being treated like college courses. 100 series are your basics, 200 series are your intermediates, 300s are your top tier. Again, would you like to pump your own class?
Hi. So I'm going to be teaching a class on psychic vampirism next Saturday at 6 here at the Missing Elements. There are some options for hybrid. It's going to be a 300 level class. There will also be a little bit of information that you can take home with you. Check it out. It should be a fun time. It should be pretty informational. So if you've had a lot of questions about energy vampires or psychic vampires, that's going to be the class to take.
So
Actually,
what?
Right.
what?
But
Link into the comments.
Oh,
yeah, that would be awesome.
That's what I'm doing.
So
I'm trying to do things.
But it's $60 and it'll get you into the class. It'll get you the information sheet as well. And just come with questions. I'm happy to answer them. It'll be at 6.
Mhm.
And the link is in the comments.
again, that's going to be on the 12th, Saturday, the 12th of October. Making sure everybody knows. That's why I'm giving the pauses here. Saturday, the 12th of October at 6 p.m. Eastern. And you can do a hybrid, so you can video in. We just need to know that you're interested. So if you want to do, you let us know, and we put your name on the roster.
Also, on October 12th, I will be in Frankfurt for Capital Pride doing sound healings from
So-
11 to 5.
So if you guys are at Capitol Pride, go out and see Mr. Tyree.
And then come here and,
Get a class on psychic vampires.
yeah,
Get your chakras dead and then learn how to use, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Learn how to use them.
learn
Learn how to beat the vampires.
So anyway, yeah, that's the class
Jeez.
next week.
Jesus Christ.
But love you guys.
Yeah.
I started the laugh. It's a dumpster fire. I mean,
I may
Let's
as well
finish it.
let's just snuff it out with the fucking bag. So
That's not what I heard. Okay.
not what I heard either.
Snuff it out with a bang.
no, I said bag, but all right.
I didn't hear the G. Can't find it, man. I'm in.
No, man.
Anyway,
Lasagna. Anyway,
love you guys.
love you guys. Be safe.
Oh,
If you need
yeah.
us. It's Thursday night. Love you. Toodaloo.
All right, I'll turn it off now. Not everybody.